Listen, we're going to start things off, though, with our top story. The U.S. is taking steps to protect Americans in Ukraine amid growing fears of a Russian invasion. The State Department ordered families of U.S. embassy workers in Kyiv to leave as tens of thousands of Russian troops amass along the border. So Laura Podesta is with me now to tell us all that is going on and bring us up to speed. Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. Well, we are also learning this morning that NATO allies are putting extra forces on standby and sending more ships and fighter jets to Eastern Europe in preparation for all-out war. Rising tension between Russia and Ukraine has prompted the United States to remove much of its personnel from the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine, ordering all non-essential workers and their families to get out of the country as soon as possible. The White House is standing by the Ukrainian government and has been working to rally European allies in response to Russian aggression. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke on CBS's Face the Nation.
We've provided very significant military assistance to Ukraine. We've been taking action against Russian agents in Ukraine.
Those agents are being accused of committing so-called false flag operations inside Ukraine that Russia could use as an excuse for all-out war. The U.S. and its allies have been weighing whether and when to impose new, potentially devastating economic sanctions.
The most important thing we can do is to use them as a deterrent, as a means of dissuading Russia from engaging in further aggression. Once sanctions are triggered, you lose the deterrent effect.
Despite the military movement seen on the ground and by satellite, the Kremlin has repeatedly said it doesn't intend to invade Ukraine. Russia is also denying British reports it's trying to replace the Ukrainian government with a pro-Moscow administration. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department is also warning Americans not to go to Ukraine or to go to Russia, issuing its highest level, level 4, do not travel advisories. Anne-Marie.
So, Laura, we're hearing that the Biden administration is considering sending troops to Eastern European countries. Do we know when a final decision will be made, whether or not there's a timeline on that?
Well, the final decision will probably be made if and when Russia attacks and if there are Ukrainian casualties, particularly civilian casualties. Until then, Biden is really using peripheral measures like supplementing Ukrainian forces with the promise of financial aid and supplies. And as I mentioned earlier, NATO forces are now moving those ships and those jets to the region.
You know, we've talked about sanctions before on Russia, but the administration is threatening to use something they call export control, which I think is a fascinating tool to apply pressure to Russia. Can you explain what the plan would be and how it would be used in this case?
So this export control idea was first reported by the Washington Post. It would cause, Anne-Marie, a whole lot of pain for the Kremlin. Essentially, a lot of key exports, key tech exports, microchips and other electronic supplies could be halted, and that would hurt Russia's artificial intelligence and aerospace sectors. But I do want to mention the U.S. and the EU have already imposed sanctions on Russia's energy, financial, and defense sectors. But if tensions continue to escalate, there could be those new economic sanctions imposed.
Yeah, some experts say depending on how broadly they interpret this, it could be no iPhones, no tablets. I mean, the kind of stuff that can really make life inconvenient. Laura,
or no microchips that allow the existing iPads and the existing phones that people might have to work.
Right. It's fascinating. Laura, thank you very much.
Thanks.